Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. It's the start of the week, May 3rd. It's at 12:34 in the afternoon. I'm going to try to go over quite a few stocks today, so just bear with me and we'll move along very quickly. Quick disclaimer that this is just how I see the markets. This is not a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any securities. Just want to say in the beginning of the video, I want to thank all the people that subscribe to my channel. It really helps me make more videos. So that we have this out of the way, let's start with Air Canada. All right, I left you last week with this beautiful signal here. There was a clear pin bar here rejecting this box that we had here. You can see right here. Once the top of that candle was broken, we were in the trade, and this is on the weekly chart. I'm going to go over weekly charts only today so you can see what's going on. We had a breakout of top of that, and of course everything moves much slower on the weekly charts. But that's most of us are looking for longer term trading. So after the breakout here, we had a confirmation of the move, and we are in a bullish move. Last week, the whole week, we had this kind of a retest of that pin bar, and it turns out that the pin bar is valid. And then today we are slowly moving into the positive. Today we opened in a positive, and it's still going. We still have 4 days to go with the Air Canada. So this is what I see. We're still in a bullish move. All right, moving on to Tesla. Last week I showed you that we had this kind of a resistance right here. We had a breakout a little bit here. We had a hesitation at that point, and then the market moved back again. I guess the Chinese market is not doing very well at the moment for Tesla, so the stock is just basically hesitating at a certain area. So this $700 area is just basically just moving nowhere. We are still stuck in this kind of a limbo. So until we have some kind of a clear signal, I would expect maybe when we get to this trend line, to get some kind of a signal to move on into positive territory. So at the moment, Tesla is basically standby, no trade. Royal Bank, I left you last time with this. This was the last time that the bulls were really active, and this was the top. And then we had this problem going through this area and going through this area, closing the price above. We finally had this nice breakout here with this candle right there, which turned out the next week or week, 2 weeks before, which turns out that the market pushed back right away and closed the price. As you can see, the price was closed below that line, so nothing happened. Last week we had another attempt to go through that area. It's turning to be this $117 area. It's turning to be like a really problem for Royal Bank. And this week opened above, which is a good sign that bulls are taking over. When the price opens on the other side, again, we can't judge anything yet until we get to the end of the week and see how this candle closes here. So at the moment, I'm very neutral as far as the Royal Bank. TD Bank, we had this last move from the bulls. We had a rejection, and then we finally had a clear breakout with this candle right there. Okay, that was a huge resistance for us here at 84.37. We finally confirmed that this was a breakout with a bullish engulfing bar, and once the top of that bar was broken, we were positive. So the market is in a bullish move. Yes, it's been a little bit of a hesitation at this point, but I can see it only as a bullish confirmation. So until we get some kind of a level like this, and then we have opposite pin bar within the previous bar, then we can see the market coming back to this area to reject it at this point of time. This is not a valid selling bar, and the market is still moving on. This is a new fresh candle for this week, and we'll see how that closes at the end of the week. So at the moment, I can see a very much bullish Toronto Dominion Bank. Moving on, we have an Enbridge. Somebody requested that, and we can see that the breakout out of this area here, we finally had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of problems going through that area here, and we had a finally clear breakout out of this area. Let me just enlarge so you can see it better. Okay, so we can see here the breakout. So we can see the breakout here. We have this bullish engulfing candle breakout. Okay, the top of the candle is breaking here, and we on this with this brand new candle this week, confirming the bullish move. So this is definitely a bullish breakout with the bullish engulfing candle. And how do we trade this kind of a pattern? When, well, if this candle breaks above the area, as you can see, it's engulfing the previous candle here, and it closes above. It's also an engulfing candle. We have just the top of that candle to be broken. We don't need the retest of this 46.75, and the market moves on. We are very bullish on this market, and what I can see, the problematic area here maybe at around 51.19. That will be an area to look for. Moving on to Bank of Nova Scotia, as we can see, the market broke out here with this clear candle right there. Let's take a look. Okay, so if I would connect these top here, if I would just adjust it here, you can see that that was the highest point the market went, 76.74. What happened here? We had this attempt and rejection of the level, and then we had a clear breakout out of this area. Market pulled up. As I always explain to you guys, this is how the market works basically all the time. We pulled up, we came to the certain point. This is the highest point for us now to look for. We can see all the rejections here, and then finally market came down here to retest this 76.72, and this is a clear indication that the market is doing its own thing. And this is on a weekly chart, guys. So this one of each candles is a weekly chart. Then we had this candle right here, as you can see, and the clear rejection of with the pin bar, and the typical pin bar with the body closes inside the body, inside the previous candle, and this is actually a fully bullish move. And once the top of that candle is broken, we are in our positive move right now. So I can see only a bullish at this point of time. Be aware that we are in the area where market hasn't been before, so market can stall at any time. So just keep an eye on these kind of candles that can be developing. Like maybe if you have like something like this as a bullish candle, right, and then we get, you know, maybe a doji after that, and then you get like a indication of this bearish pin bar, then I would maybe hold off on my position or take some money out until the market bounces off again on a certain area and then moves on into positive. At this point of time, as all I can see is just bullish move with after the confirmation of this pin bar here at 76.72 area, and this is Bank of Nova Scotia. All right, so moving on here, we have Bank of Montreal, and what happened here? Let's take a look. The market broke out. We created this level here. We had this inside bar here, and the market moved on. Then we had this kind of a hesitation at this level here, and then we had this continuation bar. This is basically continuation pin bar. It is a clear pin bar here, rejecting this level right there, and the market is still going into a positive. This is not a sell pin bar. This is not a valid pin bar. The body did not close within the previous candle, so this is not a pin bar to sell. So market is still moving on. Again, be very careful because the Bank of Montreal hasn't been in this area a very long time. I would really prefer the market to come down here to 104 and reject this level cleanly. You know, give us a clear signal from here to move on again into positive. But at the moment, we are still bullish on the Bank of Montreal. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, and we have again long-term resistance that was finally broken out. Market broke out with this candle here and then came down here. We had this kind of a rejection of the level. It was a retest. Then we had an inside bar, and then we finally had this engulfing bar. Once the candle was broken on top, we had a confirmation that the market is bullish. So the market is still bullish, and again, same as all the other banks right now, we are in this unknown area. So keep an eye on these signals. You know, if they develop, you know, that ease off on your investment or take some partial profits out. So that's what I see. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, I can only see it as a bullish right now. If you would like to find out more about how I trade and how to learn to trade the same way, to find these signals, please do subscribe to my channel. I will post at least two videos in a week, once beginning of the week and once at the end of the week. And of course, you can look at the free course that's available to you to see exactly how this whole trading strategy is formed. As you can see, I do not use any indicators. I only use support and resistance and the clear market signals. So let's move on. We are at the Manulife Financial at the moment. That's an insurance company. Manulife is an insurance company. We have this huge resistance here, and we have been coming to this area quite a few times, guys, and nothing is being done, or it's not being able to break above this 27.68 area. So what I'm expecting still for the market to do at the moment, we are in this kind of a limbo. This is a consolidation. Consolidations are really good because the market actually gets this price squeezed, and eventually we're going to have either breakouts to the upside or breakout to the downside. And we know if the market breaks out to the upside, we'll wait until the market gives us a clear signal after the retest of this level to move on into bullish move. Of course, it can break out to the downside, and same opposite will happen until we find some kind of a resistance or support level where the market can bounce, and then we can rebuy into this market and take it again to this level where we know the market had struggled breaking through again. So that's how I see Manulife Financial at the moment. Nothing, is just consolidation. All right, so the next we have Suncor Energy. We had this resistance here that was kind of clear to us here, and then we finally had a breakout. Market came, of course, to the level that we know that the market will probably stall, and then that was 29.26 area here, and we did actually come to that area. We tested it once, and a second time we had this bearish huge engulfing candle that took the market down to retest this 24.81, and we definitely had a nice retest here. Market is again moving into positive towards this 29.26 area. If you go down to the smaller time frame, you can take a look or see how this nice entry was happened here at the 24.81. I'm not going to go over that. We know how that kind of stuff works. So we basically always have a breakout, pullback, signal, and the market moves on. And if we can't find it on the charts that we are looking at like this weekly chart, we go down to 4 hours and 1 hour chart just to find a nice entry, and then we move on from there in direction where we are looking to trade. So that's Suncor Energy. This is Sun Life Financial. Last week we looked at this. This was a huge resistance here on the weekly charts. We have still 4 days to see how this is going to work out. Last week we had a perfect clear rejection of the level, and now we are developing this inside bar, the bar that might close the price above. Today we had attempt again to break out. Pardon me, we already broke out on the other side. However, the candle is still alive, so we are not able to say, or I am not able to say that, you know, if the market is going to hold on that side or not. So until I see what happens towards the end of the week, I'm not going to make a judgment on this. But we are at the perfect level here. This is our bullseye that we always talk about. All we need is a breakout, pullback, and continuation here of that level. So with the signal at once we retest that level. So that's how basically it goes. We can see that the market is bullish, in a bullish move. So all we need is just a little close on the other side and market move on into a positive. So I can see it bullish at the moment right now. I just need a confirmation of the breakout. National Bank of Canada, and take a look at that. That's a very nice clear signal here. If we look at here, the market was at this huge resistance level here, and then we came here to that same level. We struggled, as we saw that on Manulife Financial. We looked at that on Manulife Financial. We had this kind of a struggle going up and down. We were in this box here, and then we finally broken out this box and also closed the price above, okay, and then the market just took off. All right, and now the market is doing its own thing. Basically, it just moves on to the upside, pulls back, people take profits, and then moving on. And take a look, we came down, we created this little candle here, we had an inside candle. Once the top of the candle was broken, we had another entry here into market, and market is moving on. So basically it is a very bullish move on National Bank of Canada after this beautiful breakout out of this huge resistance area at 74.71, and just market doing its own thing, so you can see here, this was one bar here that engulfed this one. It was an inside bar. Once this candle here broke the top of that candle, you had an entry here, and here we go. The market is still positive from there. Again, be careful because the market hasn't been in this area in a long time, so pay attention to these signals as they develop as we go along. Covering a lot of stocks today, we can see Imperial Oil. Last week we had this beautiful breakout on the other side. It is not an engulfing candle. Probably something nicer happened on the daily chart. Let me just take a look. Yeah, so if you look at a 4-hour chart here, we had this clean, nice breakout out of there. As we saw on a weekly chart, we had the beautiful breakout out of this area. That was a 32.49 area with this candle here. This is a 4-hour chart. Market came to the certain level right there, okay? Created this beautiful inside bar, okay? And once the top of that candle was broken, you had an entry, and the market moved on. And take a look, from 34, now we're sitting at $37, and market is very, very bullish. We know it's in a bullish move. We know the oil is just rising as far as the price. So after this beautiful breakout, you had an inside bar, and you had a clear signal after that to move on into direction of the trend. So still very bullish on Imperial Oil. This is Fortis Incorporated on weekly charts, and we had this attempt here to break out. We finally faked out here and broke back down, and then we had another attempt here, another attempt here, another attempt here, and then 2 weeks ago we had this another rejection of that level. 56.28 seemed to be a very important area for this stock not to be able to break out. So what I am waiting for the market is give us a clear signal of the breakout on this side, and then pull back and continuation, most probably to these highs over there. So from 56 all the way to $60. At the moment, we are just struggling going through this area. 56.28 definitely proven to be a huge resistance for the market, and we are still struggling to go through that. So at the moment, nothing until we have a nice clear breakout. All right, we are looking at the Dollarama. As you can see here, market stalled here before. Then we had a fake out of this area here. Then another attempt here to break out, and then we came clearly to that same area, 55.42. We had a clear breakout on the other side, and the market is coming down here to retest this area. If we get a nice signal from here, we can buy in at that 55.42. We just need a clear rejection and a confirmation that the market is ready to move on. We can see that it's in a positive. So we have 1 for the trend, 2 for the resistance, and 3 we are waiting for the signal to develop at this area. And once that happens, we can buy into this market again. We had a nice breakout here, so we're just waiting for the confirmation of the level to be clear for us that the market is going to move on. Is this going to be another fake out? Well, it's about we're going to see in a week or two. If the price closes below this line, then yes, it was a clear fake out like this one was before. So, but until then, until we have a clear confirmation of that kind of a move, there's no judgment there. So when we are in the areas, let's say like this, when we have a beautiful breakout on the other side and market hasn't been in this area before, as I mentioned, this is the stuff you should be looking for. Okay, as we are looking for the bullish moves, with something like this, we had a candle here, and then we have a nice support, right? And then we have this beautiful pin bar that actually tells us the market is ready to move on into direction of the trend. Okay, we are looking also in the opposite to find the exits for the market. So if the market moved on here, we are looking what the candles are telling us, right? So we had a breakout, and then we have a little bit of hesitation here. The market moved on, and then we had this pin bar, which is upside down pin bar, and another pin bar right after that, telling us the market is reached its certain level and it's starting to move down. So once you get these kind of candles, you start kind of wondering, okay, should I pull out some profits from the market and then wait to buy into it, or I'm just going to leave it to run as it is right now. So these are the kind of moves that I'm telling you to pay attention here, so we can see that clearly this is a pin bar. It's within the previous bar over there, and then we had also a pin bar on the opposite side. This is a red one, also a sell signal, right? And then the market is slowly moving to this area of 55.42. A very interesting area for us because the breakout happened in that area. So I just need a signal here to confirm that the market is going to move into the positive. Oh yeah, we all remember WEED, Canopy Growth Corporation, and this is on the weekly chart. We had this beautiful breakout here. Let me just take my tool here. Okay, so we had this kind of nice, beautiful rejection here, and then rejection here, and the market moved on. And then after this last rejection of this 31.27, we had this beautiful move to the upside. Market came down, couldn't find support at this area here, 38.21, and I always I was telling you before that, you know, this is the area I would look for to rebuy in the market, and look what happened basically. As 38 was not able to hold, the market just broke underneath, and then we are slowly going to this 31.28. So we are very, very close to that area here. So let's keep an eye on what happens here. If we get a nice signal to the upside, we do have a bullish move. We have a very strong support at this area here. All I'm waiting for is a signal from that area, a rejection and a signal, so we can move on into a positive again. First area to look for problems, it's $48, and then the next one, of course, $70. That will be our targets. So we are missing number 3 in the whole trading strategy. That is a signal. So we are coming close to this bullseye area. This is a bullseye, guys. That's what we are waiting for. And let's see what happens here at the end of this week. I don't know if anybody's following. This is Aritzia, a very popular clothing company here. And if I put the line here, because we can see that this is the last peak that we had here, and it was it was at 26.37 area. When we dropped down, market started climbing, and we came to that area again. And as you can see, the market just stalled right there, that area, as it always does. This was a huge resistance here, and we can see here that was a resistance. The market was not able to break out. The market did not close on the other side, and then finally we had this nice, beautiful breakout. We had this inside bar here. Okay, and then once the top of this candle here, was broken, we were again in this bullish move, and we went from about $28 up to almost $34 as far as this price. Now we are stuck in this kind of a consolidation. We have this kind of a move on the other side. If the market breaks out, we have confirmation to continue on to the upside, or market can come down here, because it's a very important area, 26.37, and give us another signal to buy in, which would be a much nicer area to buy in and move on into direction of the trend, which is, well, bullish at this point of time. So we have a trend, we have our bullseye we were waiting for, and we are waiting for the signal. Right now we are just stuck in this limbo or consolidation at the moment. We're going sideways. Market is not moving anywhere at all. And that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it wasn't that long. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for clicking that like button. And if you would like to learn more about how to trade the proper way, please do, and find the free course that is available on my channel. Up until the next video, and this Friday most probably, I leave you with the thoughts that I had. So thank you, and have a wonderful day. This is Sasha. Peace out.